if you want to do something, I think that you shouldn't just like strictly stick to one niche. Don't stick to one career. Anything is just crazy to me. And another thing is, when people have my voice cracking, it sounds like I'm crying. I promise I'm not crying. 2024 was a crazy year. I actually started taking my content a little bit more seriously. I worked with a lot of brands. I started a completely different account and grew from 0 to 2,000 followers. I went to a lot of events, I met new people, I'm still in university. Just so much that happened, and I just want to go over things that I would and would not keep within the new year. Some of these are personal things, some of these have to do with like pop culture and, you know, society, all that type of stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So first I'm going to start with my ins for 2025, and I have a whole list of things to go over, as you can see right here, just so I don't forget anything or leave anything out. The first thing, which is a huge thing for me personally, reading books, watching TV shows, and just having personal interests. I feel like I do have personal interests, but when you go to school full-time and you also do content creation full-time and you have all these obligations, it feels like you can only commit yourself to that and not commit yourself to having hobbies and just doing things that you're interested in. It's always good to have something that you do in your spare time because it allows you to get to know yourself and your skills, and it just gives your mind a break. You shouldn't have to just be working every single second of the day, because at the point that just gets very tiring and you just feel drained and you kind of lose yourself in the process. So I definitely want to get more into, you know, reading and watching TV shows and movies, especially because I'm also a film student, and a lot of people find it surprising that I'm a film student and I don't watch movies. Like, I do, but it's very rarely. I'm more of a comic and anime person. Like, I don't really be watching movies like that, which is
probably not good.
So I think I need to get back into watching movies. Second thing is solo dates. It kind of goes hand in hand with the first thing, like having hobbies. Take yourself to the museum, go to a library, read a new book, you know, go rock climbing, go to a concert by yourself. Going to concerts by yourself are actually so fun because you're not only immersing yourself into a new environment and, you know, enjoying music live and in person, which is, I really recommend anybody go to a concert by yourself, because it's one thing to be like alone in your room listening to music, but to be alone like in a huge venue with a bunch of people, basically, like it's just like, it's such a great experience. I remember, I think I was a junior or a senior in high school, I went to Syd's concert by myself, and that was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you don't know Syd, she was in the band The Internet with Steve Lacy, Matt Martians, Patrick Page, all those people, and she also made songs with like Tyler the Creator, and I believe she was in Odd Future, if I'm remembering correctly. But that kind of music is just, it brings people together. So that's something that really resonated with me when I was listening to her music. I ended up meeting people because I guess they saw that I was alone, and around this time I was very introverted, but a few people came up to me and we ended up being together for the rest of the show. I think it's so important to just put yourself out there, even if you're not used to it. Another thing is journaling and shadow work. I think that everybody needs to journal, especially in the day and age that we live in today, where people think that every single thing that comes to their mind and every single thing that they experience needs to go online on a spam page or on their private story.
Clock that T. Clock it. Clock that T. Clock it.
Not to be wrong in this, because I literally used to do this too. In high school, I was on Snapchat. I was on I had 2 spam pages. I was in the spam page community on Instagram, and I also had like a personal spam page. And I just, looking back at that, for one, I really regret having social media at that age, because I feel like, why am I exposing myself to all this negativity during such a developmental stage in my life? And 2, I shouldn't be just posting like any and everything, because digital footprint is so real and so many people neglect that. And when you want to get a job, you want to go do this and that, they're like, oh, didn't you post this in 2012? And you're like, you can't really be doing that. Like, you have to be very careful about it. Pick up a journal. Stop telling everybody what you're doing all the time on your private story or on your spam page. or on your close friend story, or IG notes. IG notes is crazy right now. You know the amount of times I open Instagram, go to my DMs, and I look at the IG notes, and it's like the freakiest I've ever seen. Like, you guys need to stop that. Like, get a diary, please.
Stop it. Get some help.
The next thing is to celebrate your wins, big or small. So if you want to be like a content creator, for example, and you're posting, you're getting reach, and you have a very large reach, but you probably only have like 1,000 or like 800 followers, for example. I have a lot of friends who have less followers than me, but they have like millions of people liking and viewing their videos. A lot of people make you believe that having a certain amount of followers or having like all these like numbers and stuff, that it's super, super important, and that it determines whether you are important or not, which I don't think is true. I think that putting yourself out there, being seen, connecting with others, just building a portfolio and building your skill as a creator, as a creative, as an artist, that is the most beneficial thing you can do in your career, because practice is everything. If you don't pick up the camera, and even if you don't have a camera, if you have a phone, I'm literally filming this on my phone right now on the Blackmagic camera app. Like, I'm not using a camera. Just start with anything. Start with whatever you have. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. And who cares if you don't have the most fancy equipment, you don't have the followers, you don't have like the fame that you quote unquote need. That's still something to celebrate. The fact that you decided to get up and do it and try and make the effort, because a lot of people aren't even doing that. A lot of people that are famous and have this huge platform and are making all these videos, they don't even have half the skill that the small people have. So to celebrate that is something that you should really get into doing. Another thing is to document your life. Document. If you want to vlog, if you want to like take pictures of your outfits every day, take pictures of what you're doing, take pictures of you going on a trip, just document everything that happens in your life. And, you know, maybe even scrapbook. Scrapbooking is such a good hobby to have, because you can look back at your old self and your new self and see how much you've improved. And you can also keep track of like your interests too. Sometimes I don't really document things, and I'm like, oh, I have this certain like comic or book or thing that I was interested in, and I think back to it, I'm like, I can't remember it because I didn't like take a picture of this, I didn't save this, I didn't do anything. If I had documented it somewhere, at least I would have been able to think back to that and remember it and continue on like having that interest. Body mods, tattoos, piercings. A lot of people have mixed opinions when it comes to body mods, like getting certain tattoos and piercings. And I feel like, yeah, it's permanent unless you choose to get it removed, which is like really expensive to fix. But for the most part, if you don't want to get it removed, it's permanent. You shouldn't do it impulsively. You should do it with a good headspace. Get that tattoo, get that piercing if it makes you feel good, if you think it will make you a little bit more confident. If you want to customize your character, because that's kind of what you're doing, you're customizing your avatar, do it. Because why not? Another thing is thrifting, which I will get into this in another video. I do want to make like a thrifting guide video where I tell you guys exactly what I do when I go thrifting and how I thrift for my specific wardrobe. Thrifting is so looked down upon for some reason, but I'm telling you right now, fast fashion is terrible for our environment for many reasons. The main thing that stops people from thrifting is they think that just because it's not coming from a name brand store, just because somebody had it before me, it's like cheap and it's just not a good look. A lot of people think that, and I'm like, do you know how many expensive things I've gotten at the thrift store for less than half the price of what I would have gotten it at if I went to the actual store itself? It has helped me save so much money and experiment with my wardrobe without having to go through like such a hassle to get clothes. Thrifting is such a good hobby to build when you're like shopping for clothes and experimenting with your style. Another thing is that when you go thrifting, you find things that you can't find anywhere else, because a lot of the things that end up in thrift stores are discontinued. So you can have something and you go to school and somebody else doesn't wear the same thing as you do. This goes really well with people that like to dress in a way that is different from everybody else, which I will also get into in another video, because I feel like social media has ruined personal style, but that's a whole other thing. Another one of my ins is to just do it. If you have a goal, if you have a certain career that you want to pursue, and you're just sitting there saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you're not actually taking action on it, go do it. Go try it, because you never know if you're going to like it. A lot of people go to school for something and then they get into that career and they're like, oh, I don't actually like this. Like, you could be studying something your entire 4 to 8 years of college, depending on how long your program is, whatever. You spend all that time studying something just to actually go and try it and be like, oh, I actually don't like this. And I feel like that's because a lot of people will study something and they don't volunteer in their actual field to see what it's like and get hands-on experience. And then when they go out into the world, they're like, I don't like this at all. So go and try something if you want to do it. Like, try it. Even if you're studying, even if you're not able, I mean, if you're a doctor, or if you're studying to be a doctor, don't go and like just operate on random people. I'm not saying that. But if you have something that you want to do, go try it. Another thing is to drink water. A lot of people forget to drink water and forget that juice is not the only drink that exists. Oh, your body needs water. And then you wonder why your skin breaks out too, and why all these skincare products aren't working. Half the time it's because you're not drinking water.
Clock that T.
Your body is like, what are we, like 75% water? I don't know. I'll probably put the correct answer on the screen because I don't know. I'm not a science student. I'm a film student. That's not my concern. But the point is, you need water. If you're watching this and you're not drinking water, go drink water. Go get a water bottle and drink some water. Being an academic weapon, read your syllabus. If you have any questions, ask the prof. Get to know your prof. Make a good relationship with your prof. Otherwise, your grade is gonna suffer. Oh, my voice cracked again. I probably do need some water myself. Hold on. Literally, please read your syllabus. That has all the information that you need to do something. Because it comes the time that you have an assignment and you forget about it and you don't have it written down anywhere, you're screwed. You're literally screwed. The thing about university is profs don't give you as many like, oh, it's okay or whatever. They don't care. They're gonna give you that F. They're gonna give you that. They're gonna fail you if you don't do your work. They do not care. They don't. So do your part and be responsible. And if you need help, if you need like an accommodation, if you have like mental health like concerns, address that before you even get into school. Because if you don't take the initiative to go and get an accommodation and get extra time for like tests, quizzes, assignments, have that support, they are not going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. University, you're an adult, they don't care. They do not care. They will literally fail you. They don't care at all. One of my favorite apps to use to keep myself on track with school is Notion. I use it for content planning, I use it for school, like everything. But the thing I like about Notion is you can decorate it and make it look aesthetically pleasing. Make like a calendar and make sections with your specific course and like put your syllabus in there, add documents. You can do anything. You can just put all your stuff in one place. For me, my school uses D2L and it looks like horrendous. Like every time I open it, I genuinely, like my anxiety skyrockets. But having something that looks aesthetically pleasing makes me want to do my work 10 times more. So definitely take the initiative to make a schedule and check your syllabus and organize everything yourself. Don't rely on D2L. Don't rely on whatever program your school uses because it's up to you to be organized. It literally cut out on me while I was recording because it said battery low. I'm actually mad, and it cut off the part about me talking about outs, which I was literally talking about fake friends and stuff. Like, I think somebody's evil eyeing me. Anyways, now on to my outs of 2025. And the first one is not supporting your friends / fake friends in general. If your friend is posting on Instagram and your friend is making art, they are working towards something, they post it, you don't like it, you just keep scrolling. Why are you doing that? But when you go and work on something, they support you, you're not supporting them. What's the meaning of that? Why do you have secret animosity towards your friends? Why are you not even taking the time to just like a post? It doesn't take that much energy to just like a post. Why are you hating against your friend that is supporting you? You're supposed to like your friends. And another thing, just like low maintenance friendships in general, leave it in 2024, please. It should have been left in 2020. You need to be supporting your friends and their accomplishments, allowing them to feel like they are supported, allowing them to feel like they belong. A low maintenance friendship, it doesn't just go towards, oh hey, I don't want to even go out, I want to stay home all the time, I don't want to go out, I don't want to get you a gift, I don't want to do this and that. It's not even just a materialistic thing or just a going out thing, but it goes into your relationship as well. Supporting them, providing advice to them when they're upset. Hey, like I can help you if you need support. Just the little things, just being there, period. But if you're just so low maintenance where you can't even just plan anything, it's just crazy to me. And another thing is when people have birthdays and people cancel on their friends last minute, those aren't your friends. I had this whole thing planned and everybody canceled last minute and I'm like, really? So then I didn't even end up booking the venue or anything. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that if nobody's gonna come. And also I just feel not supported. I shouldn't feel that way. If somebody's my friend or they're in a close connection to me, why are they making me feel like I'm not supported? That's not the premise of a friendship. A lot of other people, people need to stop doing that. Stop being friends with people if you don't like them. Why are you becoming friends with somebody that you don't like? you're gonna waste your time hating on somebody and bring on their downfall. You can go and work on yourself and improve yourself. If you're jealous of somebody and there's genuinely something that you envy in that person, instead of hating on them, why don't you maybe reflect on yourself and your hobbies and your skills and say, hey, okay, I can't do this and that and the third. What can I do to improve myself so that maybe I can do that? Or maybe you don't even need to do that thing because everybody has their own path that they're supposed to follow in life. You're not meant to do every single thing that somebody else is doing. So maybe that's time for you to reflect on yourself. Yeah.
Clock that T.
Already talks about spam pages and private stories. Yeah. Cut that off. No more spam pages, no more private stories. Move in silence. Talk to your therapist. Get a journal. Another thing that needs to go is toxic friendships, toxic relationships. Why am I going on Twitter? Why am I going on TikTok? And every single post I see is somebody talking about,
oh, he knows what home means. Oh, I like it when it's toxic.
that is just crazy to me. Why are you being with somebody with the intent of being toxic because you find it attractive? That is just so weird to me. You willingly put that negativity into your life. That is something that needs to stay in 2024. Matter of fact, that should have been left in 2020, 2012. Leave it alone. Another thing, starting to get ready with me is in your underwear. I feel like I don't need to explain this because I see it everywhere and I'm like, you are on social media where thousands of people are seeing you. You have a digital footprint and you decide, I'm gonna pick up my camera and film a get ready with me starting in my underwear. Kind of gross. And people, you go in public and it's just, I don't know. Why are people doing this? Like, do you know that and even on TikTok, I'm like, there are children on this app. Stop doing that. Trying to fit in or to be like everybody else, which is a huge thing right now because I feel like personal style is like dying. Everybody is wearing bubble skirts and Shein t-shirts. Not everybody needs to be wearing the same thing, first of all. Second of all, why are you shopping Shein when literally child labor? Here you are putting a link in your bio talking about go donate. And I support people that are facing wars they can't avoid, but then you're gonna sit up here and support a company that is, for one, getting children to make their clothes. 2, supporting the country that is oppressing people and making them suffer. 3, it's just not ethical at all. But you're sitting up here saying,
oh, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me.
It's so easy to not shop Shein. Like, you can just go to the thrift store. You'll get the same thing for less money. You can get like a $5 t-shirt at the thrift. I got $400 jeans in Kensington Market for $5. You can survive without fast fashion. Idolizing celebrities is another one. You never know who somebody is deep down and how they are in real life. Social media isn't real. Your favorite influencer is probably a racist. I say this not as like a personal opinion.
It's a fact.
You know how many people have skyrocketed to fame on TikTok? Next thing you know, they have an N-word apology. Not everybody that you see online that you like is somebody that you should idolize because they probably have a terrible, terrible personality, terrible morals. They're probably not the people that you perceive them as. Don't idolize them. I don't post everything on social media. I only post what I want people to see. I'm talking how I talk normally, but it comes a point where I'm not going to tell you everything about my life. I do get personal on the internet because I kind of don't care. Like, not that many people are really seeing my videos, but I don't tell you guys about like my dating life and I don't tell you about like what I'm working on specifically. Like, you never see those details. And like another thing with that is don't post everything online. Don't post all your business online. Don't do that. And I talked about not having spam pages and stuff, but even if you are getting into the content creation scene, be wary of what you're posting online. If you're traveling, like, and you're really huge, don't post where you are somewhere. Like, if you go to a restaurant, post up that you're at the restaurant when you come back home, because next thing you know, somebody comes in and they want to like kidnap you or they want to like stalk you.
Demons are gonna torture you. You're gonna be burned. You're gonna be stabbed. No one can save you.
And they know where you are now because you posted your location when you were at that location. Don't do that. The understanding of the fact that people will be creepy and people will be creeps. Bed rotting. People use this term very loosely because they'll say,
oh, I'm in bed, I don't feel like moving. Oh, I'm tired, whatever.
A lot of people actually are depressed and are legitimately bed rotting, but people use this term loosely to just mean,
oh, I'm in bed, I don't feel like doing anything.
But can we leave society's idea of bed rotting? Can we leave it alone? Get out of bed, go to work, go to school, do your homework. Don't leave it till last minute because it will catch up to you. Just the little things. You're not going to accomplish anything if you're just laying in bed. Dating apps. Your soulmate does not exist on the internet. Some people get lucky and maybe they do. But even so, if you don't experience genuine affection and you're not in person meeting somebody, talking to them, getting to know them, understanding them, you haven't known them for that long, and you're just making an idea of them in your head based on something they told you online in a profile, that is not productive at all. And a lot of people lie about who they are online. So you could be dating somebody online, you meet them in person, you're with them for years. Whole time they lied about their name, they lied about where they actually live, they lied about their job, they lied about how they've treated other people. You can even be a freaking criminal and you don't know. Don't date people that you meet online. Let's also leave negative self-talk in 2024. If you talk about something that you want to accomplish and you say,
Oh, well, I can't do that. Oh, this is unrealistic. Oh, I feel like I don't have the look, skill
whatever have you,
to do this.
then you won't, because what you speak is reality. What you say is what you will embody. People don't understand that their words become their reality. You're psychologically believing that you can't do something, and so you don't do it. So practice talking to yourself in a positive way. Last but not least is holding grudges. Don't hold grudges against people, because at the end of the day, they change, you change, life goes on. You do not need to hate somebody for your entire life for something that they did in a place where they weren't very developed. We're young people. This is our first time living. We're still experiencing life, and I know things hurt.
I'm just never going to do this thing again because this person ruined it for me.
You shouldn't let somebody have that power over you. Yeah, if you don't allow yourself to forgive somebody, then how are you going to get over that yourself? You don't always have to take that person back into your life, because sometimes if somebody offends you, and they continue acting that way, and whatever the situation is, you don't have to let them back into your life, but forgive them and allow yourself the grace to continue on with your life. But yeah, those are all my 2025 ins and outs. This was actually the longest video I recorded, where I just sat down and talked to the camera, and it's been a while since I've done that. But if you stayed for the entire video, thank you for watching. Thanks for allowing me to just stay here and yap freely. But yeah, I do have a lot more videos on the way. I will be filming long form content soon, because I'm getting kind of tired of the short videos. I can't do it all the time, I'm sorry. I tried to do every day this week and last week, and it just didn't work out, so we're not going to do that anymore. I'm going to start making long videos and posting them and growing my channel, because I want YouTube to be my main platform. So I'm going to keep posting long videos, and I hope that you will watch my long videos and interact with them and allow me to grow on this content journey, because my views are all over the place right now. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at kenniecontrol, TikTok at kenniecontrol. I also have Parallel, where you can shop my outfits. If you like anything you see in my reels or my profile on Instagram, you can shop it there. I have, if you ever ask me where my outfits are from, 9 times out of 10, that outfit is on Parallel. So follow me there. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.